Hey, it's Lauren with Rustic Honey, and today we are packing up and taking this show on the road. Join me as I take you behind the scenes at a recent fall market to show you the ups and the downs in setting up as a vendor. Plus, we're going to do a little bit of shopping today, and I cannot wait to show you the things that I found and I brought back home to the farmhouse. I'm gonna do my best to vlog as we're going to Rolla and share with you a little bit of what it's like to take our trailer on the road. My husband's driving today, so I'm gonna be riding over here all relaxing like Miss Daisy and getting a few things ready while we're on the road. But I am a horrible vlogger. I forget to pick up the camera because I often have my hands full, and we're taking baby Ruth with us, so I already have things falling out of bags. Stuff that back there. Here comes Dan. Whew, we are obviously just loaded to the brim here in this old farm truck headed to market. It takes a lot of things just to get to market, but then add a baby on top of that. Although this morning is pretty relaxing, Dan and I actually get to have a little bit of a conversation and breakfast. I asked Dan what are the chances that I spill my coffee on my brand new white t-shirt today. Chances are pretty good. Kind of like the rain. Apparently it's raining where we're going to, so maybe a washout of a first night at this event, but we'll see. Now this market is a little bit of a trek for us. It's about a 3-hour drive, so we're just enjoying the beautiful scenery and making a few pit stops along the way. Thank God for husbands. Apparently a bunch of screws are starting to come out of my trailer. I've had this trailer for a while now, so there's always lots of repairs. That's why I like when Dan comes with me. He notices those things. It would probably just fall apart coming down the road if it were all up to me. Okay, here's where my vlogging went wrong. I did not get video of us parking the trailer. We made it safely, but somewhere right before we got to our destination, we lost one of the vent covers on my trailer, which wouldn't be a big deal if it weren't starting to rain. So that was a bit of a issue. Plus, this light fixture fell down. It's always on these long trips, I swear, that things start to go wrong. The fun never ends. This is why it's so good that Dan is with me this time. I think the biggest thing I have had to learn over time is to go with the flow. When you have a mobile business, there is a lot that's going to go wrong, and nothing ever plays out exactly how you think it will. Especially when you're on such a time crunch, I kind of have an idea of how I want to set things up tonight. I usually map all that out before we even load up the trailer so that when we get there, I know what I'm going to do. But then of course you lose a screw and your light fixture falls off the ceiling and things just go terribly wrong at times. Thank goodness Dan was with me because I honestly don't know how I was going to make that one work. It's also raining, so on with the work shoes. Forget the cute sneakers I had on earlier today. We're going to check on the baby and we're just going to start doing our best. We put one of our clear containers on top so that we could just buy ourselves some time, and maybe Dan will go back to town later and see if he can find a vent cover. Now it's still just kind of drizzling rain, so we put the awning out and we can sit a few things out here just to get them out of my way at the moment. I had to sit a box here. I'm loving how this turned out on the long sleeve. I'm definitely going to have that in my personal collection. And it's getting serious when the hair goes up. I just had to get my hair put in a bun and put my hat on. Dan got the lights going and we are feeling like this is going to come together. I'm going to continue to set up all of the little things inside the shop, including my perfume bar. A lot of these little things take a lot of extra time, so I always try to allow myself a couple hours when I get to a market to get set up. I like to leave enough time because even though I have a plan on how I think things are going to look or come together, I often like to fluff or make sure things are a certain way. Sometimes you have to adjust those plans on the fly, like tonight because I cannot open my big ramp door because it's still raining. I guess the rain's not wanting to let up just yet, so I'm just trying to fluff everything that I possibly can in the trailer and set up everything so that when it hopefully does stop raining soon, then we can just roll everything out and put it under the awning. We'll see. We may have to just keep going with the flow. And speaking of going with the flow, Ruth is rocking it, but I guess that's also something that's a little bit of a risk when you're taking a baby to market. She was being such an angel. She took her nap and she's about ready for her afternoon bottle. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let her roll around right here in my dressing room while I finish a few more things. This is something random I came across and I wanted to mention it in case any of you that are watching are vendors, but buy yourself some of these zip ties. They are lifesavers, especially if you're traveling without a toolbox. You can fix a lot of things, and Dan's going to use them here to put my lights out on my awning for the night. I love that at this Broken Oak Market they do a Friday night event, so it's from 4 to 8, and towards the end of the night it of course gets dark and we have all of our lights on and it's just so cozy. It's going to be especially cozy tonight though if this rain does not let up. It's like T-minus 20 minutes on my schedule. We're not open in 20 minutes, but I would love to be ready in 20 minutes. So I'm having a little bit of a panic attack because this is what my trailer still looks like. I can't move anything else out. Ruthie's chilling for a few more minutes. She's gonna start getting hungry. So I feel like we're very much on a time crunch. So I've got like everything ready to go if the doors would open, but I get anxiety with this. This part's hard. Okay, I think we jinxed it because when we first pulled into the market, the radar was looking like everything was gonna clear out just at the right time, but that does not seem to be the case now, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we have and just plan on the rain continuing throughout the night. I will definitely say that I cannot complain one bit. Rain is always needed, and right now we're in a drought, so we're gonna take the rain. And I can't complain because I also have a trailer, whereas a lot of our vendors had tents, and so I know that they were definitely battling the wind and the rain way more than I was in here. It was quite cozy, even though I had so much packed in my trailer, so many racks that I had planned on putting outside. So we just made the best of it. Again, it was cozy and it was a little bit tight on this night, but it was dry. All right, at this point, we are minutes away from the gates opening for the evening. So let's step outside. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like outside underneath my awning and with the surrounding vendors. Had some customers, but it's been very tight and cozy in here, which is fine. Ruthie's still happy. Oh. She's still happy. I sent Dan after a coffee for me, but this is a lot of rain. You know, there's always just so many things that are out of your control, but as vendors, it's often scary too because you invest so much time and so much money to going to an event. And if you have a night like this where you're just worried if people are even gonna show up at the door, it can be a little bit scary, but I'm not too worried about it tonight. I'm just saying a prayer and enjoying the fact that it is so cozy in here and that Ruth is happy on this rainy night. The rain did clear out towards the very end of our event and a beautiful rainbow appeared. Everyone was trying to take pictures. You can't really see much of it in this video, but it was a beautiful evening. The lights came on, and at the very end, I got a chance to visit a couple of my neighbors and shop their booths, which is so fun when I get to step away and do that. So it really wasn't as busy of a night as it could have been because of the rain, but there were so many people that still came out. They were just like diehards and ready to shop in their rain ponchos, and it was just, everyone was in such a good mood. It was such a fun atmosphere, even with the rain that was kind of unexpected on this evening. Now, night one is coming to an end, but tomorrow we're gonna do a little bit more shopping, so I'm gonna take you along as I show you some different booths here at the market. And of course, wait until the very end because I cannot wait to show you all of the things that I bring home from market as well. To finish the last song of the night with a little dance and close up shop, head to our Airbnb and eat some late dinner. I usually end up eating dinner at market, but with all the commotion and sometimes the busyness, I don't get a chance to really sit and enjoy my food, so we ended up ordering a little bit of takeout to take back with us to the Airbnb, and we could have a little bit of a quiet dinner at at the house. I thought I would take you on a quick tour of our Airbnb because I always find that really fun. This one was like a matching suite, so it had 2 bedrooms with king-size beds and matching en-suites. And I joked with Dan that we could each just have our own bed. It was so nice. I love getting to stay in an Airbnb instead of a hotel when we're traveling for markets. That's definitely a perk. I thought this light fixture was fun, and I loved the color of the cabinets. That was just something a little bit different. I have a fun time picking through different Airbnbs to stay at, but we actually have stayed at this location a couple of times. There's a few different Airbnbs on one farm, and so it's really fun. I'll link it for you below. There's 3 different ones. It would be a great place to like have all of your family come and stay in the Airbnbs. Right, it is a late night, so we ordered some takeout from a local bar and grill, and I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. That is always like a go-to for me at like a bar and grill type place. And Dan got the largest like breaded tenderloin sandwich. He was just in the mood for that. Man, it hit the spot though. Some French fries after a long day. We honestly have not eaten, or I have not eaten since the breakfast I had this morning. That's just how fast today has gone. It's time for showers and lights out because tomorrow is day 2. Ruth is ready for day 2. Hi Ruthie, are you ready? Still got our PJs on, but we're gonna head up there and then we're gonna get some breakfast. All right, it's Saturday and I know it's going to be a busy day, so I went with the comfies today. I've got my Harvest sweatshirt on. It's a little chilly this morning, so I paired it with some leggings and my new favorite denim shirt. I'm obsessed. I wear this denim shirt. You've probably seen it in my videos because I wear it like 3 or 4 times a week probably. All right, it feels so good to have the doors open this morning. I cannot wait. It's gonna help so much with the flow of traffic in and out of the trailer. Got my ramp door open in the back, and finally I'm able to put out my mannequins and everything that was kind of stuffed in my dressing room yesterday. I can put it outside and let it breathe. So there's lots of room. It's gonna be a busy day, but first I wanna walk around and do a little bit of quick shopping. Since we got here so early, we had plenty of time to get a little breakfast and get some coffee, get Ruth fed, and Dan's gonna watch my trailer while I walk around and see a little bit of what's here at market. Those beautiful mums caught my eye, and this is probably my favorite, of course. I am absolutely obsessed with barns. This vendor area is right up my alley, especially with all of the string lights. It's just such a cozy atmosphere, and there are so many good vendors here. I actually never get a chance to go around and see all of the things, but I wanted to take a quick video of the places that I stopped, and again, I'm going to show you my favorite finds that actually made it home with me. In this booth, I was obsessed with all of these beautiful framed prints. They were just gorgeous. They looked like the real authentic paintings to me. They looked like they had so much texture. I loved them. And this booth, obviously everyone else did too, because this booth was like completely picked over by the end of the day, but one of my favorite paintings was still there and I brought it home. So I can't wait to show you which one it was. I also mentioned that all of those frames were handmade as well. So there's so many talented people here. There's lots of handmade things. I was also drawn into this booth because they had a lot of baby things. And so I was, of course, shopping for baby Ruth. She needs a pacifier clip, so I was eyeing these. We might have to grab one of those later today. I am almost always a sucker for mustard yellow. That's one of my favorite colors. And so I was really drawn to grabbing that one. I was able to shop with my neighbor Stacy a few times. She always has the cutest little home goods and she puts together things so well. I would just wish she would come and decorate my house. But I wanted to take some quick videos here and I can't wait to show you what I found at her shop later on too. That's probably also been one of my favorite things about doing markets over the years is getting to meet other creative vendors and just making friends along the way with other people that are in this business. Wish I had more time to visit with every single booth, but I have got to head back to my trailer because they are about to start opening the gates. Dan was able to get some of this footage on Saturday of the crowds coming in when they opened the doors. As you can see, all of the cars there in the distance. It was crazy. It was crazy town. I guess, because so many people couldn't come Friday, they showed up to come on Saturday. And so we were all so grateful for that, of course. And it was such a fun day. But I was a horrible vlogger, of course, because I was working 90 for nothing in my trailer at my checkout stand. And I was so grateful for it. One thing about having an incredibly busy day is that the time goes so quickly. It's time to load the trailer back up, and Dan had to get my vent ready so that we could limp it home. Are you tired? I didn't do a very good job at vlogging today whatsoever. Really tired, and it was very, very busy today, so it more than made up for it being rainy last night. So we're headed home. It's always such a good feeling to be homeward bound, especially after a good market. I'm so grateful for all of the sales and the customers, the people that put on the market, and the grandparents watching our kids. Hey, did you miss me too? Aw, thank you so much for your hug. Look what I found in my shop. That never happens. Never works out, but I thought, why do I feel like I already have one of these? I do. I guess I should keep it in the trailer next time. All right, it's time for our fall market shopping haul. I did end up getting the pacifier clip for Ruth. That came in handy on our trip. And if you've been to my channel before, you may have seen this cute throw pillow that I added to our bedding. I really like the little pop of green. I think it turned out cute. Also ended up with a few fall stems from my vendor neighbor, and I absolutely love these. I know that they will come in handy year after year with my fall decor. It can be so hard to choose what to come home with at these markets because I honestly love so much of it, but I'm always very particular about where pieces will go. And I was lucky enough to have this painting left in that booth I showed you earlier. I don't know why, my heart just kept coming back to this farmer with the cows, and I thought it would be perfect above my desk area. So I'd been looking for the perfect painting. I still don't have it hung up just right. I need to adjust that a little bit, but I absolutely loved that find. I also grabbed this little autumn wreath, and I love it. I think it can come in handy for so many things, but I thought it was really cute around my little Four Phillies candle. So that was a nice little piece to add to my center island in the kitchen, and I love lighting it right now on these cool October days. And probably the granddaddy of all purchases were my new pair of boots. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. I know I'm a weirdo, but the smell of leather, let me know in the comments below. It's just like the most amazing thing. So I feel like my video is not doing these justice, but they are absolutely stunning, neutral, and will go with everything. I love market finds because they are always unique. You support other small business owners, and I just cherish those finds year after year. Let me know in the comments below what you have found at some fall markets this year. I would love to know what's out there. And thank you so much for joining us on today's vlog.